y'all warmed up now?
Mine took a long time.
Yeah, I like that.
Speaking about sounding like a dirge, Christmas festival. Is that what we're doing? Okay. Did y'all play this at all over the last one?
We ran it last week. I just ran it.
Okay, cool.
Played at it.
So y'all got like a feel for it still. Y'all remember so like the thing about this piece, like if you look at like the tempo markings for this whole song, like they're really, really brisk. Like these tempo markings that Leroy Anderson wrote and are like spirited. So I don't know if we necessarily need to go that fast. But like what happens really is it like kind of like you get the beginning is all like maestoso, and then you hit the allegro like one before 19, and then from there like up until Silent Night it just kind of gradually kind of slows down, and then it like gets Silent Night, and then it gets faster again. So like the tempo really doesn't like have huge changes. It just kind of like drifts down, and then Silent Night is kind of slower, and then it gets all fast for Jingle Bells at the end. So we'll just see how it goes. Start at the beginning.
That's a very good place to start. Heard that once.
Say 6 measures before measure 7.
I've heard this before.
Measure 7. Yeah.
Said I'll fall. Mike's gonna tip.
The upper left-hand corner.
I had a band director who was like, let's start at 6 before 7, y'all. Everyone was like, is that just the start?
Do you need part? Oh, I got one. Okay.
Alright. So low voices. You get to be all jolly at the beginning, and then everyone else comes in like halfway through that measure. Ready? I'll get you 3, 4. Okay.
Nice tempo.
Yeah. I told you it's going to be a lot faster than we probably are used to thinking about it. But it works because it's a festival.
Yeah.
So it's like, a lot more. That had a lot of spirit to it. That was really, really cool. Now let's work on a couple of things. So I apologize for not being here, but I was having fun in Australia again. I was thinking about you.
Sure you are.
That being said, now that it's closer to like the time we're actually going to perform this, if you would do me a favor, actually it's not really a favor, it's a favor to yourself, not me. Y'all have, who's using an iPad or like a tablet? Y'all have something to like mark on your iPads with your finger? Okay, who's using paper? Old-fashioned paper. Do you have a pencil?
There's a pencil.
Hooray! So this is like the speech that I give all of like the teenagers that I see in my clinic who have executive functioning difficulties. If you do not write it down, you will not ever remember what we talked about. So like get in the habit of writing yourself whatever you think would be great for you to like remember things that we talked about. It can be in your style. You don't have to look up anything online to say how do you write in your part to indicate that I need to look at the conductor or not look at the conductor. But like, do it your own way. But the more you write down, the more you'll remember. So one of the things about this that I think we could probably do a little bit better is just make some contrast in kind of how loud and soft we are. So probably a prime example of that. Sorry, I'm not finding it. So do you see measure 186?
Yes.
So y'all have forte like down the line, right? So 4 bars before that, you have what?
Piano.
Mezzo piano. So there's a reason for that because like this is like one of the like biggest parts of this thing is when the trombones and everybody back there says bells up. Like y'all just play the ceiling with that like oh come on the table stuff. But like in order to set that up, measures before that. Because again, before that we're playing Jingle Bells at 168. Right? So it's all joyous, but when we hit 4 bars before 186, like back off on that. So what I want everybody to do is like find your first note that you have in measure 182, 4 bars before 186. The first note that you have in that measure. So I want y'all to play it. Yeah, mezzo piano. Ready? Measure 182, first note. Ready? So how different does that feel compared to like the blasting that you're usually used to, right? When we get to that measure, play just like that. And then we'll play, so let's start there, measure 182, and get into measure 186. So we'll do it like, and so I want y'all to feel what that feels like. And again, the same thing with crescendo that we have. Always save the crescendo towards the latter part of it. So don't crescendo right away, but like save it for like the last 2 measures or so. So let's start at measure 182. And we'll see if we can like feel that crescendo. And then of course when y'all come in, just go for it. Like literally like hold your bells up. Are you ready? 182. 1, 2, 3. So let's try it again. And especially the people who have whole notes. So y'all are going to be like kind of the drivers behind that bottom of that crescendo. So boom, 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 and then we're all in. So let's see if we can make a little bit more of that. Start at 182. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So now the trick is to make that contrast before that happens. So let's start. Let's go all the way back to 168 so you'll forget that you ever did that. Pickups to 168. Pickups to 168. This sounds super cool. Like when y'all are like, yeah, it sounds so nice. Ready? I'll give you 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. It's not in there just to make you want to play correct or not correct, but it's there just because it's cooler. And so speaking of that, at 152, looking at dynamics there, and this is also like going all the way back to 132. 132 into 152. So this is like super delicate. So y'all are like the but like an instrument form. But it needs to be all kind of like atmospheric and delicate. And that goes for the like everybody, but like for y'all in the trumpet section, I could almost like it was like a LaCroix of a trumpet because like I was hearing so much of this and I couldn't hear anything from the trumpet section. At 136.
Yeah, don't tell them that.
I do so at my own peril. So
It is mezzo piano.
it is mezzo piano, but you have the melody.
Yeah.
So it lies.
And you got to compete with like flutes and clarinets going.
Larry's really the only one with that part.
All right, I'll play the cues.
Let's start at 132. Because like it's coming out of this Silent Night. So yeah, as light as you can make it, because it's snowing and the weather outside is frightful. All right, let's start at 1:32. I'll give you 2 measures. Ready? 1, 2, 'Trombones. Like literally do this with your instrument. If you can. Is that possible? Like I want to like be looking down the barrels of like all of your instruments when we get to that part because it's such a cool part. It literally says like bell up there. So I just came from so in Australia like we played Mahler's Second Symphony, which if you know anything about Mahler, he does all this crazy stuff with the orchestra. But like he wrote multiple parts in there in the horn section where it says like something in German, but it means put your bell in the air. And literally like we're all playing like this. It was like the coolest stuff we've ever done. Yes, exactly. So like I mean when it says like bell up, it literally means like get that bell up in the air.
Acquire target.
Yes, yeah, laser beams. So one of the things I wanted to point out, again, I could work on this all the time, so somebody like throw something at me if I'm going over time. So the rhythm parts, like at 168, there's a tendency in all the low parts to get kind of like way down. It's like you keep putting on like wet clothing. So bop 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 instead of like bop 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 bop. Yeah. So like yeah. So like that's one thing to keep in mind as we're frolicking to frolic along with us. So let's start at 168. Pick up to 168 again. See if we can keep that momentum going. Because all those little eighth notes that you have to breathe are not that long. All right, pickups to 168. 1, 2, 1. Speaking of, but where we just stopped, 218. So that's going to slow down. 2. Now everybody look at your dynamics. 5 after 218. Mezzo piano. 6 after 218. What do you have? People who play the triplets. Piano to forte to piano, right? So it comes out of nowhere. what it's been doing is been hitting me over the head from like first notes. So let's start at 4 before 2:18. By the way, the low voices like during that section were like fantastic. Like y'all kept rhythm, it was great. Let's start 4 before 2:18. So yeah, good news, like at 2:18, is that everyone has a half note, except for those who just stop with an eighth note. So like, look at me for the 1, 2, So 4 before 2:18. Ready? I'll give you 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Exactly the way it should be. So that rallentando before 2:29. And it's going to fly at 2:29. It's going to go fast. That's Allegro Vivo. So let's start. I'm trying here.
He's that kind of conductor.
Oh. I'm trying not to be as entertaining, so that you're not as compelled to watch me and look at the music instead. So let's start at where are we going to start?
Start at the beginning.
So let's start, so measure 2:22, so like 5 after 2:18. Pickups to 2:20, yes, yeah, let us adore it. Let's start there. So pickups to measure 2:22, I'll give you 1, 2, 3. You're holding the note. Y'all are holding. So let's just start there. Let's start at basically pick up 1 beat before 2:22. I'll give you 3. 1, 2, There it is. All right. So we worked on a lot of the last time. So it starts sounding pretty good. Let's see. Otherwise, I guess we could probably like do some of the rest of this another time for time's sake. But actually, let's do this before we do this. 37. God rest ye, Mary Johnson. So, in years past, and if you listen to the recordings that we do of this song, this is what I meant by, and speaking of funeral dirge, historically we have played God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen extremely slowly. which is not the way it's supposed to be. So I mentioned this like before. So listesso tempo. So it's exactly the same tempo as deck the halls. So the two measures before that. Yeah.
We should just hum a few bars.
So that's going to keep rolling. There is no slowdown at all in the two measures before 37. So let's actually just play. Where am I?
Into 37.
How about measure 31?
Just plugging.
Whoever's been coughing, that's what I've been saying.
It's
Measure,
Eric.
It's me.
I'm not enjoying anything. Glad. Let's do measure 31. And so the same thing applies to the rhythm stuff, keep the momentum going. And so there's going to be no slowdown at 37. So measure 31, I'll give you the 4 beats. Ready? 1, 2, 4 after 37. So I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So yeah, those 8th notes are just in time. Alright, let's hear that. Ready? So it starts on the up here and then it goes down. You ready? 4 after 37. 4 after 30, or yeah, better measure 40. Alright, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1. Yeah. So anticipate that. Ready? Let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2. Still a little bit late.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1. Yeah, there it is. A little bit closer. Try it again. Ready? And make sure it kind of speaks a little. That's really hard to do. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1. It's getting there. It's getting there. Let's see if we can do it with everybody else. Everybody at 37. Ready? Let's just start right on 37. Right on 37. 1, 2, ready. coming in a measure 3, so I can just give you that, but I'm just gonna see if I can do
I'm gonna
something.
try to keep it in close to.
And then I'll,
Just remember, I'm holding it.
Yeah, so.
yeah, everyone's, most everyone's holding it there.
Showing a lot of respect
It's
for
not
my
me that has to
low
remember.
D,
Yeah.
but
We ain't backing you up this time.
sorry.
It's all you. Not it. Don't even
I'll
have
cue on the bass clarinet and then tubas, whenever you go. Hello, Spoon. Okay. Shall we start from the beginning?
Yes, let's.
It's all you.
Let's do it. Ready? Y'all feel like you've just done Riverdance? It's cool, right? It's so good. I think we're having a little bit of some pacing issues, I think, between the rhythm and everyone else. Other than that, I'm going to make the same comment that I made before about the dynamic stuff. So there's some really interesting things in here that like are supposed to make it not just like super loud.
Yeah, 68, 68.
So yeah, so 68.
Yeah, 60.
So yeah, 68 starts piano, but I think y'all did a pretty good job there. The things that like trip y'all up are the sudden changes. So like at 69, 70, 71, 72. So like we're pretty raucous at 69, and then everyone down the line goes from forte to mezzo piano, right?
Yeah.
And then it does it again at measure 77. Two measures, measure So you actually have a crescendo the measure before. And then everyone's got triple forte on like a concert G on the last measure. So it goes from mezzo piano to like triple forte, the moment you've all been waiting for, the ceiling tiles dread. That you're gonna like play like triple forte at the last measure. But like before that, you gotta make some contrast. So let's start. Actually, I want to do the same thing I did before. So you all see measure 72? Play the first note that you have in measure 72. Mezzo piano. Ready? 3, 4. Yeah. So you're gonna be there after all the loud stuff that you play at 69. So let's start at and also like measure 77. Play the first note that you have in measure 77. The second to last measure. Mezzo piano. Ready? Yeah, so it sounds nice and easy. That's where you're going to be. And now I want you to play the first note in the last measure.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Ready? Yeah, we're not paying attention to that. So don't don't straighten your instruments playing as much period, but like it's going to be loud. So did y'all feel the difference between the first note of the second to last measure and the first note of the last measure? A little bit. So let's see if we can get there. So let's start at 69. 69.
Hey Justin, quick question. I was driving that pretty hard. Do you want to lay off of this just a touch, or that might be where the rhythm difference was?
I don't know. Maybe we just meet in the middle.
All right.
I mean, it's fine if it drives.
Okay.
Yeah, it might drag it up. Because if we're not driving, we're crying. Measure 69. Ready? I'll give you 4. 1, 2, ready? Yeah, so it's a little better. It almost sounds like an accent, but it's actually supposed to be that way. That sounded a lot better with that context. It's hard when you're like, it's like, oh my god, I gotta play soccer. Otherwise, I think it sounds pretty good. Y'all are putting some nice spirit into this. This is like, supposed to be like river dancing. Otherwise, I don't know if I have too much else to say here.
Please pass the corned beef.
Anybody else want to do anything in this? Y'all good? Was that? The whole thing? You want to do the whole thing? Let's do the whole thing.
All day.
Let's do the time.
The first 32 measures.
You got your car keys out? Alright. Let's do this. Mysterious. Ready? easy way to conduct this. So what I might do
How easy we to play.
is I'm just going to stop. So we're going to play that last 1, 2, pop. Then I'm going to stop. And then I go 3, 2, pop, 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 pop. I'll give you a
Nope. Just move on.
How'd you do it last year? Sharon, how'd you do it last year?
We went straight into it, but I did it in one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be doing it in one. But so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, pop. 2, 3, pop, 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 pop. So I'm just going to give you a two measure lead into that. Let's start 2, 3, 4. 4 before the double bar. Repeat. So I'll give you just 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, go.
I even had it circled and I still did it, sorry.
So that rhythm there. It's rolling. So it's constantly kind of going. So you have no time to like breathe and anything. It's skating. So okay, let's start same place, 4 before the thing.
And the repeat.
Double bar repeat. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. We did?
Yes, sir.
Wait,
We're
wait, gone.
playing the first and 3, we're heading out to.
He has to tell us what we're actually doing.
Last year we
Is that how that works?
Only if we listen to
Public
What would you like to do?
Public humor.
Do you want to play all three?
Let's play all 3.
All right. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Play them all and cut later.
This is Christmas, man.
I gave you an extra repeat as a present.
That's right.
So there's a lot of stuff. That's a little faster, probably. It's like pretty fast for like the trumpets and horns. Just do open one, open one, open one. Let's start. Y'all have measure numbers?
Yes, sir.
Start at measure 73.
Got it.
Ready? I'll just give you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One, ready, go. All these like 16th notes that you have in that little section, milk those for all they're worth. So don't fly through them as much as 1, 2. But yeah, give them some love. This is where you're going to be like, so my French room teacher used to like tell me, like, imagine yourself in like a taffy shop when you're trying to like stretch these notes out. They're like pulling taffy, like you're gonna fill it up. It's not like you imagine like those 16th notes is like pulling taffy a little bit.
As long as the rest of the band's gonna wait for us, we'll do it.
No, this is like like Chopin kind of like you're doing it all within the rhythm, but you're so yeah.
A little Frank Sinatra, you know.
Yeah, just give them a little life.
Hit it with a rubato.
My way.
So let's start. Yeah, do it your way. Cool. That's Burger King also.
Yeah.
Let's start at 108.
Alabama, we call that rubato.
108. Y'all find in 108. That's where the trombone solo is. So all the people are playing is like tuba and trombone. So 108. Ready? All right, ready? 1, ready, go. I think that's believable. Most of that sounds really good. Anything y'all want to do again in there? Any questions y'all have? Nope. Moving on. What are we doing? Ring, ring, ring. You say. So I'm going to conduct this in 2. Just to let y'all know. I'm going to conduct this in 2. Because it's super fast. Like quarter note equals 184. It's like it's too fast to go like so.
We're not gonna bother with the swing, are we?
Do it as much as you feel like you can. It's going to be mostly accents that'll sell that rather than the actual rhythm. Does that make sense? You got to put the hip in too. You sent that like Mr. Moon thing. I'm trying to like.
That was hard.
Well, I wanted you to do that.
Let's try this ring, ring, ring. Start at the beginning.
Floor toms.
Ready? I'll give you 2 measures. Ready? Go. So at 65, there's a lot of like sectional kind of stuff. It starts with the trumpets. But everyone has the same responsibility to keep the tempo and the spirit alive. Because it was like slowly dying. We were giving up the ghost slowly. So we're going like this tempo, right? So everyone's playing together. You're just stringing everything together at the same tempo, and like kind of feeding off of each other. So this is like, putting a play and playing music here. So just feed off each other, and it's like West Side Story. Just, anticipate when somebody's going to end and jump in there. Right?
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
It's when you're a jet all the way.
I'll bring my knife.
I'll bring my lead underwear. All right, 65. Let's do it. So I'll give you 2 measures, and then trumpet turn. Ready?
65.
65. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. So especially in the low voices, it starts to kind of drag down a little bit. Keep it buoyant and light. Let's try that again. 65. And again, like anticipate, be there. You're gonna be like, I'm about ready to play because you're about to finish. Ready? 65. 1, 2, ready, go. Now percussion ain't here. That's all that's going on there. I was like, it's not there. Why don't I? So, all right, good. We ended it pretty well.
All well that ends.
But remember, again, like it's 83. Like you get softer. It gets all creating intrigue. Let's run this one. Let's run to the top. Ready? I'll give you 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's fix some of that there. So if you got those syncopated rhythms, be on the front end of that instead of the back end of it. So we go bum 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 bum. So there's no slowdown there. Just power through those triplets. So 33. 33, everybody. 33. So that's something. Ready? Everybody got it? I'll give you 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. do something else. What are we doing next? Hanukkah is here.
Bring your dreidels and your gefilte fish. Lots of
I can't figure who I was talking to. Like somebody asked me because my last name, like, oh, you're Jewish, right? And I was like, actually, I'm not. Like, I have family history that's Jewish, but I am actually not Jewish. And the person who I was talking to said, oh, really? Because you have the profile. I was like, why the gesture?
Did you use the Schwartz?
She weren't familiar with Jewish people.
Well, may the Schwartz be with you.
Wasn't pejorative at all.
No, not at all. So I'm going to take that as cred that I can conduct this one.
Reach back to the people.
All right, let's do some Hanukkah. So the trick to this one is it's a minor key but says joy. So it is supposed to be full of joy. So that becomes that's a style thing. You got to infuse it with the bounciness. Let's do it from the beginning. Two clarinets. Ready? I'll give you two measures. 1, 2, ready,
You stopped
Yes.
following the band.
What?
You stopped following the band.
I know, I totally just forgot y'all were playing. I was just up here doing my own thing. Yeah, 85 actually started at 77. despite that thing you do beat that we had back then.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, it's
Tom Hanks
moment's
would.
gone now. Yeah, it slowed down quite a bit at 77. It went to funeral mode. But like throughout the whole piece, I feel like I'm getting a lot of like buzz saw. All the stuff at like 53, bom, bom, bop, bom, bom, bop, bom, bom, bop, like, and especially like in the low voices, like I'm getting a lot of buzz saw. It's just like, da, 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 ba, ba, and then I hear the poor little trumpets going, ba, 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 ba. Like, that's what it sounds like.
What are you trying to say?
I say, I say more. Like, let's like balance that a little bit more. Be a little bit more delicate with those notes, especially in the rhythm. And yeah, trumpets play out more when you got the melody at 53.
That was the melody.
It is the yeah, it's the melody. You're the only one playing that. So let's start at
It does sound like a background noise.
let's start at 53. Let's start at 53. 53. Ready?
wonderful stuff. So, where's my whose trumpet? You doing it? Sweet. Okay. Whenever you're ready, mistress, hit it. Who's gonna do the trombone? Where's John? I know, but John's not here, so we need a backup. Who's up?
I got the drum.
He can understudy, right?
Got it?
Besides, screwing that up.
I'll give it to you. Would that be helpful?
I didn't need backup, I was fine, Shannon.
Do you want to go run over? Can you do it? Well, all of our trombones are kind of, y'all, come on now.
My dad got it.
She'll try.
All right, let's try it.
Hold a second.
Yeah.
Do your best, 'cause you never know, John may not be here, so, you know.
Wouldn't it?
Okay. All right, Hal, you got it? Or Rachel?
I mean, I already did it.
Sorry.
Do it again.
You get to do it again, this is practice.
Dude, I don't do that.
Well, tonight you do.
Yeah, but the problem's gonna be if they're up there and I'm way back here, it's not gonna stay together.
That's true. That's true. Wait, how can we solve this problem?
Jack and brainstorm.
Yes, let's let Chad gyrate to the tempo. Yes.
How about give him a measure and then you follow in, Rob? Would that work? If he sets it up?
He has 14, and we said he has 4 members to set it up.
Okay, we can do that too, yeah.
Okay. Y'all wanna try that?
party.
You know,
We can go through the motions, they'll never know.
they'll never know. Tired, you've been playing the whole concert, this may be the last thing. Play it as if it's completely fresh and you just warmed up. Really, really neat and tight. Okay? falling largely to the tuba section. Thank you, tubas, for keeping us where we need to be. I can hear the saxophone. And y'all got a pile of accidentals, and you're playing beautiful runs and all the right chords with your accidentals. Good saxophone. Trumpets, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to hear you, but I do. I heard the melody just perfectly balanced with the rest of the chords. Thank you, trumpets. There'll be something that I want to look at the end, very end. We practiced this before. We'll do it every time we rehearse this. Want to do one more horse, Winnie?
Didn't get that one.
We're going to start at 153. Here's the deal, y'all. Here's the deal. Pay attention now. When we hit at 157, that chord where we're all holding it, and Hal may come in early or late or wherever, the horse wing's got to go. And then I'm going to go flop, 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 flop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the fifth clock, everybody changes notes to your last note, where you've been holding your fermata, sort of. Then you change chords to the next to last measure. Let's practice that, okay? Again, same place. We're gonna have this so comfortable, we won't even have to look at our sheet music. 153. 1, 2, and ready, and go.